Suleiman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, break us 7 seals. Brothers and sisters, again, follow up what I've been talking about all week. And I keep getting complaints that I'm not clear. So I'm working hard on that, brothers and sisters. Working hard on it. But today, they took my internet down for 2 hours. Right? So I had to have one of those guys come out, right? Fix it, said my modem and all that was broke or something. I don't know. It's all strange. I get one thing fixed and something else goes out. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I had this out of sequence anyway, going to my heaven and hell. I guess I can, let me back up and see if I can, heaven is when you get less energy than you give. The difference being what the devils call profit, capitalism. Heaven is when you receive more energy than you gave, which we call blessings. Keep that in mind. This gets to a greater point about how times change, seasons change, and you can't use the knowledge of a previous one for the next one. That's a good example there. Because if you know how energy deprivation works, if you know how the universe works, then you understand there has to be a period of energy deprivation. If you understand, let me say it again, if you understand how the universe works, expands and contracts, and you understand what energy is, then you know there would have to be a period of energy deprivation because all the energy that was in this all focused at one point is spread out. Even the devils, they understand, they call it the Big Bang. The problem is their limited, weak understanding of things. They can't tell whether it's going to come back or not. They say, well, it's blew up and maybe just keep on going forever. If that's the case, there won't be any energy at all after a while. But then they have to explain what caused the blow up to begin with. See, getting all kinds of weird stuff there. But the universe expands and contracts. If you understand that, you understand there has to be a period of energy deprivation. There also has to be a period where there'd be maximum energy concentrated in one place. It'd be off the page as far as energy. At a time we have so much energy. I mean, it's some astronomical. Then at a time we have no energy. Or energy deprivation. And so then you have to say, well, as the universe expands and contracts, the energy keeps changing form. You can't create energy, you can't destroy it. Energy keeps changing form. So as it keeps changing, that means the quality of energy changes. right? The quantity of it per square inch changes. So therefore, you have to be able to adjust to those changes. That means what it was at one time is going to be different at another time. That's one of the reasons why we have seasons to kind of get you to understand that, right? Because we don't have summer all the time or winter all the time. We have 4 seasons, and each one changes. Each one is different from the other. Understand? So when you understand that, then you know that you have to keep upgrading, adjusting, right? Your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding, right? To every new phase. That gets back to the scripture. There cannot be one scripture for all time. There's not one book that will cover, you can't make a book for winter that will cover all the seasons. Each season has had its own particular understanding, own particular wisdom, own particular understanding, each one. And so when people tell you, oh, the Bible is forever, the Quran is forever, all these books, that's bullshit. The question you can ask them right away is, did Abraham have a scripture? Did Abraham have a scripture? What was his guidance? Did God stay there and talk to him every second? If he did, where is that scripture now? Did Noah have a scripture? You see, and that shuts him down. But see, you've been trained not to ask questions, because questions is the one thing this world does not want you to ask. They not want you to get into question mode, because this reality cannot withstand questions. It's like Farrakhan cannot withstand questions. They never ask you any question other than, did you believe what you heard? That's about it. Elijah Muhammad always had Q&A. They will never, because this whole cannot, that's why I tell you, just have faith, faith, faith. You have to understand that's that's information you was given, sealed Bible for this time period. This time period is at its end. This season is at its end. This season is at its end. So therefore, a new understanding has to be applied. A new wisdom has to be applied. New knowledge has to be accepted if you want to move on to the next level. And you, right now, if we just get our people into the question mode, this whole thing would fall apart immediately. Immediately. Because every time they cannot answer, just have faith. And those of you in the Christian church, you know that's what it tells, or just believe it. Just have faith. You don't know if Jesus ever existed. Yeah, they tell you in the book. Well, there's a lot of things in the book. You got Alice in Wonderland. How you know that didn't happen? You got all things written, and they tell you, well, that, but we're going to Hindu land, going to Buddhist land. What about what they saying? How you know what you saying? Because the bottom line is, if you got 4 major religions, say we have 4 major religions: Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism. Just say those 4. Or even throw in Judaism if you want. Now, all of them cannot be right. See? Let's keep it simple. 4. All of them cannot be right. So if one, maybe all of them are wrong. But if only one can be right, if they're right at all, that means 3/4 of the people in this world is totally insane. They believe in something that is not real. That's what insanity is. They are insane. Just ask that question. That means 3/4 of the world is insane. So what quarter are you in? Can you prove anything that you say? Oh, it said in the Bible. Oh, that's not a proof. What it says in the Bible, that's not a proof. The Hindus say it's in the Bhagavad Gita. Just because it's written now, is that a proof? Remember, the Romans had a religion. They were so sure that was right. And now they call it mythology. or Greeks mythology, because those nations collapsed, and the religion that supported that ideology collapsed with it. So now it's mythology, just like Christianity will be mythology in a minute. Be mythology, because if this world collapses, if the European world collapses, then their ideology will collapse with it. So Christianity will become a mythology, because Christianity is the foundation, is the ideology, the mindset of this world. The sealed Bible is the mindset of this world. So if this reality that Europeans have brought into existence, if they fail, this idea, this foundation, this Christianity, this ideology fails too. You understand that? So therefore, it will become a myth. Oh, well, there was this civilization called America or Europe. It's like Romans, and they believe in this mythology called Christianity. I gave a little meme, or whatever you want to call it, not so long ago about, see, because remember, 2,000 years ago, they didn't know about planets, solar systems, all those type of things. So I put Christianity in the context of that, and it made total sense. An alien, because they didn't know about aliens 2,000 years ago. But look at what they're saying. Wouldn't God be an alien? He's not from the earth. He would be called an alien. The angels would be called aliens. Not from here. They're from where? Another place where it would have to be a planet. They had to be from a planet. And they call that planet heaven. That's where they're from. They don't come here. And you can't go there. They said, if you didn't come from there, you cannot go there. And then where did Jesus come from? He came from some genetic information from that planet and took and impregnated a woman from this planet. And now you got a child, right, of that planet who's living on this planet. This planet. Isn't that the story? Isn't that the story? They got superior knowledge because they're aliens and they come here and they have superior knowledge. So he has superior knowledge of how to deal with people, how to heal people. He has all of that. And he always says his Father is in planet heaven. And you can't go there. And he's not coming here. He sent me here. Isn't that the story? If you put it in today's context, that is the story. And then, see, now their plan is they saw the earth. Oh, well, let's take over the earth. Look at all those resources they have there, all those materials, elements, like gold, silver, all these, right, abundant. Right? So let's take that planet over. We ain't got to kill nobody. We just put some genetic older woman there, and she says, right, that I was impregnated by this alien. Put it in today's context. I was impregnated by this alien, and here's his son. Now you better listen to him, because if you don't listen to him, he's going to put you on another planet called hell. Isn't that the story? Tell me what is wrong with that story? In today's context, nothing. Exactly what it's saying. If you put it in the context of today, the knowledge they have today, as opposed to knowledge they had 2,000 years ago. If you translate it to knowledge, it's exactly the story. And when he comes back, now you go and tell everybody, you spread this information. Now when he comes back, those accepted information, boom, they're going to give honor to God in heaven, and they're going to give everything they have to, and they're going to work for him, right? They're going to give tithes and offerings, gold, silver, all the elements to him. See? And if you don't, we'll put you on planet hell, but you never go come out of. Tell me what's wrong with that story. Tell me that's exactly the Christian story in today's context. Exactly. No exceptions. You see? It's just like the story about See, what you don't understand is that a lot of the ideas Christianity have right now are ideas from the level of thinking they had 1,000 years ago, before the world knew the world was flat. That's the idea, and it's not in the Bible. The idea that every eye will see him. They said, well, only way every eye can see him if the world's flat, he has to come down from the sky. That's where that comes from. It's not in the Bible. So that's where it comes from, because they thought the world was flat. But when they found the world was round, they updated it. Because somebody asked a question, don't ask questions. Oh, it would take them 24 hours then to come down. That's not a joke. That's actually, so he's going to come. And so the whole world can see him. It's the only way it could happen. Then some fool asked, well, what about the North or South Pole? You ain't heard from him no more. Because he blew the whole thing out of the water. Because how would it, now, in current times, you know what they say now? Where everybody can see him, because it's going to be on TV. See, they didn't have TV back then. So now they updated. They asked the preacher, oh, he's going to be on television. That's where everybody's going to see him. How you going to explain everybody will see him? You see? So they had updated based on the level of knowledge they have. So let me move. This is a whole different topic. I didn't mean to go there, brothers and sisters, right? But I'm trying to, like, they call it shock therapy. See, I'm a shock therapist, because I'm putting stuff on your mind that you never thought of. And that's shock therapy. It's jolting your, it's electricity jolting your mind. But if you take it in, all of a sudden it throws you off balance, because wait a minute, I didn't know. Look at that away. I mean, yeah, ooh, that's if you're thinking. If you're not thinking, then you might as well be a dog, right? Hey, I'm gonna shoot you, a dog waving his tail and shaking his head, right? Shock therapy. That's what Angela is. Shock therapy. Shock therapy. Because with stuff you're hearing here, you never heard this anywhere, nothing like it. And you can't prove any of it is wrong. None. You never heard anything even close to anything what I'm telling you ever before. Shock therapy. Now, like I said, that thing about aliens, that's the story. And it makes more sense the way I told it than what they tell me. They said, where's heaven? It's way out there somewhere. What, is it a planet? You see? I mean, he gotta be on something. I mean, right? It's a kingdom. Where Jesus come from? He came from heaven, from that planet. We're on a planet. Just right there. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to take my time here, try to speak more clearly, because that's a situation I cannot adjust, deal with. Right. I'm working on it. Okay, hopefully, so everything seems to be working now. I think I've solved my problem, right? The buffering problem. So I solved that. Right, I still got a camera problem. But reparations. Now let's look at the story of Esau. This what I was talking about yesterday, and what happened was I got out of sequence. I talked about the end, and I realized that, again, I told myself, speak slowly, speak clearly, enunciate, and by the time I got to the end, I forgot all of that. But let me try again. Now you got the story. See, all the stories there. The story of the goat, the story of the bear. I mean, the story of everyone. When you read it, it actually gives you details about every character in there. Son of man, right? Jonah, even Master from Muhammad, Darius, Michael. And look at Darius before just look at that. Who's Darius? Darius is the one that takes down Babylon. So we know once you understand, once you understand this piece, the next piece comes into focus. So if you understand Babylon represents America, and Daniel represents the Son of Man, the Master of the Covenant, then Darius must be the God that's with him that takes down, because he's with him. And you see, if you read the story, they're together. Right? Only Daniel refused to worship him. That's why he threw him into the lion's den. And Darius had no problem with that. He's the one that took down Babylon. Now, when you read the story of Darius, his mother was a white woman, a Jew. His father, original man. Can't make this up, brothers and sisters. See, so the story of him, so it tells you what his parents is like. It tells you what you, if you understand the story, you know what you expect. You expect someone coming here that looks like a devil, but he's original. The story right there tells you that. Okay. And different things like that. That reminds me of something else before. Let me say it. I'm getting a little out of sequence here, brothers and sisters. And I keep getting ready to reflex action. I meant to talk about this yesterday, so I'm going to say it now because I didn't make notes. So I say, talk about this, talk about that. I've been all day just trying to get back up. Like I say, it took the internet down altogether for me. Not everyone, just for me. And this is something I've hinted at before. I have hinted at it. And I actually mentioned at the time I wasn't going to talk about it. But now I think it's safe to talk about it. See, because we have a hidden enemy, an open enemy and a hidden enemy. Right? But devils have a hidden enemy also. Now, I don't know the exact number. I know it's in the millions, close to it. But they have sheep's and wolf's clothing. A lot. Original people that look like them, just like Master Prophet Muhammad, because of raping and everything else. We have stories about that, people passing, but their nature's still original. And some don't even know it because their father got away with it and didn't tell their mama. And so the children never knew they were truly original. But they can't understand why they're attracted to the original. Like Mariah Carey, what she knows. Right? But she gravitates towards the original. What was that? What was that group she was hanging out with? I forgot. Boys in the Hood, or whatever. Something like that, Boys in the Hood, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. And so she admits she owns it. But there's others. You know, there's an actor that was a great actor back in the past. What was his name? He played in that movie, what was his name? I can't remember his name. But he played in this movie about slavery. Clark Gable. And he played as a slave master right? But it came out not too long ago now. I can't testify to this. And I checked it and it seemed valid. He was really black. But he was a big actor back then. And you couldn't have been a big actor back like he was. And it turns out, and when they found he was, they kept it quiet because he was making so much money for them. In Hollywood, Clark Gable. They have a lot of those. And the ones that know, right? All of them ain't collaborators. They identify, they understand, and they know that those are enemy. It's like Farrakhan. See, he's against us. He talked that talk, but he's against us. and they're against the devils. See, they know what happened. And they caused a lot of mischief in the government. So I'm going to leave it there. I can't say much more than that. But they're there. And you'll find out about them during tribulation. Because remember, no one will be able to survive a tribulation but the original people. I already explained that. Because they went to the Holocaust, they were transformed, and now they can handle it. Remember, these hidden enemies of the devil, they went to a tribulation also. I mean, they went through a Holocaust also. Only thing is, they came out looking white. Just like the demons came out looking black. So I'm going to leave that one alone. You'll find out once you go in the tribulation, because they will not be able to fool you. Now they say some will come out everlasting shame and appallment. Oh, they'll make it through. They won't make it through. Oh, they'll be identified. That's nostra altogether. They will not be able to deceive anyone. And people out here deceiving, you ought to stop that. If you're out here and you try to deceive and try, see, I don't want to just get distracted here, brothers and sisters, but there's so much to talk about, and it comes to mind, and then it's like, I had this problem with my own family. See, this timing thing. Now, Jonah was very angry about it, and so was Michael's angels. They were upset about it also, but the timing issue. I still don't like it. Because he was very upset about it. He said he wanted to die. He was very upset about that, right? Not because of the timing itself, because the impact it had on him and his image. He said, "You keep telling me to do this, and then it don't happen like that. I know you ain't gonna do it when you say you're gonna do it. But you want me to come out and say you're gonna happen like that. And then if I don't, let's say I end up on Demon Island for 3 years." Yeah, he was upset about it. I'm really upset about it, but the point is, there's more to it than that. See, Elijah Muhammad has said, the last president was a black man. Now, I don't know where he got that from, but I was there when he said it. I mean, he didn't say it directly to me. He told Minister Yusuf Shah that. I think it was like a Wednesday or Friday night. We was there. Everybody left. The FOI, I think the MGT had gone. FOI was back. We had an FOI meeting at the same temple they're at right now. They call it a mosque. And Minister Yusuf Shah said, I just came from the messenger, or something to that extent, right? I don't think so, because he had taught that night, so he just came from the messenger. But he said the messenger told him to tell us the last president will be a black man. Now, I had no knowledge of the angel at the time. Angel doesn't say that, but Daniel says it. It does say it in Daniel, because Belshazzar was taken down while he was president, and if you understand that. I mean, it seems to say that in Daniel. I put that away. So I used to tell my children that Elijah Muhammad said that. And then when Obama ran for president, I said, well, he's got to be the one. I said, he will be elected. So they wasn't religious. They wouldn't have anything to do with religion. But all of a sudden they got, religious. Oh, they was really religious then. At least appeared. But when he didn't go down, all of a sudden, evaporated. And what's the story there? The story was they wasn't believers to begin with. Just like, say for instance, see, the thing is, say for instance, Noah says, the flood's going to take place on June 2025. That's when the flood's going to come. But now it's 1990. They say, okay. So there's those that's going to say, let's start building this ark. What we got to do? We got to build an ark so there'll be a flood. Start building. Others say, oh man, that's 30, 35 years from now. I can party for the next 30 years. Now I show up in the last 4 or 5 years. You see? Because they not believers. So I ain't gonna take no chances, man. See, that's bullshit. You know, if that's your game, you better take that and shove it somewhere because it ain't gonna work. It didn't work with my family because they all went astray, right? But that just showed they revealed who they were. Because it shouldn't be about it should be about the truth, the event, not the timing. Because the timing, yeah, that's the aspect of it. Actually, that timing is a way to get you to start preparing for the event. But if you focus on the timing, then you ain't for real because you want to use the timing. It ain't. If you for real, you don't care about the timing. I mean, you care about it in the background, but in the foreground, what you care about is the event, the knowledge, the wisdom, right? And that's what happened to Elijah. See, because I told you, a couple of things is, see, what happened? See, you didn't put these things together. Elijah taught. Yeah, and if you read what they said Sunday, you see it's true. Elijah taught that the War of Armageddon would take place in the 1970s. And he said that. He said 1975, actually. He actually said 70 because he says, well, 1914 was the beginning, and there'd be a 60-year extension, which would put you in 1974. I know he taught that because my father took me to the temple just before he passed. And I remember, that's one thing I remember that brother was saying, the War of Armageddon is going to take place in 1970s. And my father took me in like 1961, something like that. But when all that mess started happening over there, in the late 60s, when things didn't seem like it was coming out that way, and all of a sudden you had division, Malcolm, and all this stuff. See, you didn't connect those things together. Same thing happened with Jehovah's Witness. Because Jehovah's Witness, they were saying the same thing. They took 1914, they had so 60 years was a generation. They said, Jesus come back in 1975. That's what they was teaching. And man, by 1970s, Jehovah's Witness, man, they was jamming. Oh man, you could. Then every time you look around, they was knocking somebody's door. They was jamming. I had some cousins in it. They was jamming. And then when 1975 came and passed, nothing. That's how the Seventh-day Adventists, same thing happened. Didn't happen earlier. Same guy predicted. It was like jamming, and then all of a sudden it didn't happen. It started fading away. And Jehovah's Witness started slowly fading away. It didn't happen. You see? So they was interested more in the date than the event, the process. See? Because a lot of people, hey man, they said, hey, let's jump on board now. And you got the same idea. See, now Master Muhammad, remember, he's the God. He's the one that's going to be in control. See? He has to make the call. That's why I said he had to make the call. And maybe that's why he's not what he's doing, whatever. I can't say. But I do know, understand the idea. Because if you for real, you focus on the event and the preparation, focus on building an ark. Not, hey man, I got a party, and I got 30 years to party, maybe before I have to go in there and connect up with those folks. See? Because you're not for real at all. You just covering your ass, CYA. You got fools. Like, I had a relative told me, man, I don't have to worry about that, man. I'll just run to Africa. I said, okay, you do that. And when I see it coming, I'm going to run out. You don't understand the gravity of this, brothers and sisters. You just don't understand. And I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not sitting around trying to hold your hand. I'm not trying to convince you. You don't see me doing that? If you're a problem, you got to get your ass out of here. Get out of my way. If you ain't for real, I can see it. It's obvious. Quran tells you those are elevated places, no all, not some, all by their marks. But just because I don't tell you I see something, that don't mean I don't see it. With the homeboy, with the what they call them, The good fellas, what they call what they call it. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Don't tell them, because now you can see them. You see them. If you tell them if you expose them, they're gone. And now new ones come in, you can't see. I just put that out there, brothers and sisters. Right? Because you don't see me ask for anybody to come here and help me do anything. In fact, it's more likely I push people away because I don't have time for the bullshit. I got a message to get out. And if you hear and can't move with it, then get the hell out of my way. I can't handle no pushmobiles. You see what happened to Elijah? Elijah went through that. He did the pushmobile thing. What happened? When he left, the cars not only didn't stop, not only didn't just stop, they started rolling back downhill. I learned from that lesson. I got time for that bullshit. Either you for it or you ain't. If you ain't, then get the hell out the way. There's no gray area. Either for me or you're against me. If you're for me, I know that. Because you're producing, you're moving ahead, you get things done. I don't have to push you. I don't have to audit you. I don't do anything. You see about pushing me, auditing me? I make sure I get it right. Nobody's still on my shoulder. Nobody even asked me to do this. I said I got tricked into it. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, I'm here now. And I'm giving 100%. So if you're in that category, in the bullshit mode, just get out of the way. Because it said, if you're in the way, you're going to get broken. Because anything that gets in the way of that stone gets broken. Anything it falls on, it crushes. It didn't say maybe crush or spanks. So let's get back to my Esau. We'll look up Esau. Now, Esau and Jacob were brothers, twin brothers. But Esau was the oldest one. He was born first, right? And Jacob had him by the heels. Now, those stories are not there for nothing. Now, not there. Well, they're not there for nothing. Okay. There's a reason why they're there. I keep telling you that. Talking about the same thing from different perspectives. Now, what was the character's Esau? Now, by law, Esau should have gotten the inheritance. He was going to be the ruler. Remember, Jacob got renamed Israel. Esau should have got, he was the oldest brother. Seed of Abraham. He'd be the one that inherited the whole kingdom. And Jacob was after him. Jacob would have been subservient to him, his younger brother, under Esau's control. And we see that because we see in Daniel, right? The book of Daniel, Daniel, who represents Jacob, he was in the house of Esau, which was Belshazzar. They was taken captive in him. Belshazzar, right, was his king. Right? That's if you read it. Right? It's giving you another aspect. What that's telling you is how we was taken out of Arabia into Africa, if you understand the story. See, most of you understand anything I'm talking about because I'm building up from the intro, and I laid a foundation. I'm on the 12th story, and because you understand what's going on, because you understand how the foundation was laid, and I'm building on it. And that tells you, that story right there tells you that we was taken out of Arabia into Africa, if you understand what Esau is and Jacob. That confirms what Elijah said too. And that confirms that. Because I said we was taken, right? Okay. Now, Esau, he took inheritance for granted. And so as soon as he fell on hard times, a little hard time, not real hard time, but a little hard time, a little adversity, so he got hungry. And so he went to Jacob, and Jacob had some soup. He says, you give me some soup, give me that soup, and I'll give you my inheritance. Because he despised. See, when you love someone, you don't give it up. When you despise something, you don't have nothing to do with it. So he despised her. He didn't take it. Like, I'm very cautious about that word love. I hardly ever use it or suspicious of it, right? Because Jesus said, if you love me, follow my example. So first thing I tell you, if you follow my example, I know you love me. Like I said, me and my wife don't use that word between each other, but I trust her. And she follows my example. That's the proof right there. The demon wife, well, she never said it, but she said in the beginning when she was trying to hook me up. And she was lying all the time because she was totally against everything I was doing, everything. So I don't like that word. Like I said, I don't want to speak English. I want to speak action. So actions tell me if you love me or not. So I had a family member, oh, I says, yeah, but you don't take my advice. You don't follow my example. I said, look in the dictionary, see what that really means. That means you despise me. I don't get what you come out your mouth. You despise me because you don't follow my example. You don't follow my advice. You don't follow anything I says. You despise me. I don't care if you come out your mouth and tell me you love me. You understand? So Esau despised God too, because he despised what God offered him. It's little adversity, little adversity. But Jacob, on the other hand, it wasn't his to have. It wasn't his inheritance. But he wanted it. He wanted it bad. He's willing to steal, cheat, whatever to get it. So wait. He's a trickster. He tricked this person. He tricked his father. So that's an evil guy. Really? Okay, let's look at this from another point of view. You got two sons. And one of them, they don't care nothing about the inheritance. The oldest one, they don't care about inheritance. Right? He splurges, he spend crazy and party, and he ain't trying to do anything to help the family. He's just out there doing his thing. Then you got another son. He's doing everything he can to get that inheritance and help the family. He's stealing, he's cheating, all kinds of stuff. Because, he really wants it. He respect, because broke your ass all life trying to build this little wealth up, this little kingdom you got. Now you want to give it to someone that's going to take care of it and make it better, right? Now you got one son, if he gets it, you know what's going to happen to it. Because he already showed you, he don't really give a damn about it. I mean, he go to Las Vegas and gamble on it. Say, hey man, I bet my father's inheritance. Another guy, man, he's doing everything. He's trying to steal, kill, anything to get that inheritance. Right? And they try to put things together with the other family. Yeah, but he's lying. Yeah, but he cares about what I built. That boy cares about what I built. Look at him. Whose hand would you want to leave that into? Whose hands would you want to leave your kingdom into? See what I'm saying? The one that don't really give a damn about it, because you know what's going to happen. Say, fool and his money is soon parted. What's going to happen? He's going to be broke after a while, and the family's going to suffer because he don't really care about it. This other guy, man, he wants it. If he wants it, that means he's going to take care of it. Why he don't do all that? He's going to take care of it. And that's the one you want to. So he may be doing all things but look at the mathematics of it. He's going to take care of it. He's going to do something with it. And start thinking mathematically. That's why God said, I love Jacob. How can you love Jacob? The guy's a liar. He's a thief. He deceived his father-in-law. He deceived his daddy. He tricked his brother. He wrestled with the angel. He got in a fight with the angel. This guy is something else. Look at him. But every time he's doing something, he's doing it because he's trying to get hold of this kingdom. He's doing everything he can to get hold of it. Why he wouldn't get hold? You don't do that if you don't get hold of something you're going to throw away. Because you appreciate things you work for. You understand? That's what story's trying to tell you. God was looking at his heart. When he, What he's going, his desire, and he did everything he could to get it. So that's the one you want to put in the hands of, not the one that's careless, because you know what's going to happen to it. You understand the story? See, because you read those stories all wrong. Like, oh, genocide. Okay, you got to hold them accountable for genocide. Well, what's that story tell you? Well, if that's genocide, then Jesus must be the most genocidal maniac. Because he drowned the whole world. Babies, when they innocent. Aren't babies supposed to be innocent? He drowned them all. What did they do? He drowned them all. And that's universal genocide. See, because you don't ask questions. They got you think, oh, and you ask a Christian, they'll say, oh no, he snatched the babies up to heaven. Really? I ain't got the story anywhere. He said he drowned everybody. Went in that ark. See how you got you thinking? If you're thinking all because you're not thinking mathematically. And so tribulation is going to make you start thinking mathematically, because all that emotional stuff is going to go. Because you're going to say, hey, just like you see a little baby, right? And you go, hey man, see a little baby, help the baby, and the baby got a bomb to it, it blows your ass up, blows your child up. Oh, you ain't gonna care about babies anymore, are you? Damn. See? Send a child, hey look, go get that little baby. Send a child, bomb ignites, kill you and the baby. He said, oh man, hell with them damn babies. See? That's an exaggeration, but it's gonna be worse than that, actually, brothers and sisters. They're gonna break your emotional attraction to these people, because they look like us, and that's the problem. Oh, look at little baby. See, because everybody likes little babies, right? What's a little baby? What's wrong with a little baby? That's your first reaction. And then you find out, oh, and it's going to be hard. Words are not going to break your emotional. Remember, words deal with intellect. Words don't deal with your emotion. At least not that. We're reciting, and that's it. But it doesn't deal with your emotions. It deals with your intellect. So what deals with your emotion? Action, experience. That's why you got to go. That's one of the reasons why you have to go through tribulation. Because especially our sisters, because they have a higher emotional quotient, right? And so, because they have a natural. I mean, I see, it gets me every time I see it. You go out someplace, ball someplace, whatever. And see this little devil, she got a little baby. And then you see his sister, look at that little cute baby. They don't even say it to each other about their babies. They say, oh, they're cute. What's that? He's so cute. I know you've seen it because I see it all the time. You see what I'm saying? That's a goddamn devil. Remember? The devils that enslaved us and beat us and raped us, weren't they babies at one time? You see? Because our women have more of attraction to babies than we do. Stop that baby, I'm crying, man. I'm trying to get some sleep. And she, hey man, I'm gonna go ahead, come on, leave her alone, man. She's just trying to, maybe got a little wet or something. Well, we told that story in the lessons about how Arabia got white partially because they felt sorry for little devil babies. And so now Arabia is a large percent demons over there. Not just jinn, a lot of them are demons. Okay? I think I mentioned that before, but you should have figured out. I already told about how they kept the babies, which they castrated them. So Esau gave up his inheritance, right? Because he was hungry, and he said, Jacob, if you give me some bowl of soup. And so now, technically, he sold his inheritance for a bowl of soup. And God's respect contracts. So therefore, he lost his inheritance and was switched over to Jacob, who was renamed Israel because he got in a fight, a wrestling match. The death match, the way it sounds, was angel. Angel say, hey, man, you about to kill me, man. I'm going to change your name and I'm going to bless you. Because Jacob wasn't giving up, man. He was holding on to angel. What they're trying to tell you is he had love for God's grace, love for God's contract, love for God's covenant, love for it. He was willing to give anything for it, anything. He didn't care. And Esau, hey, man, he was nonchalant, man. Yeah, what's mine? I do what I want to do with it. That's why God says, I love Jacob. They was twin brothers. I love one, hate the other. Because the other one hated him. He hated what he had to give. You understand, brothers and sisters? Now, that story has deeper meaning. Because that's what they're trying to do to you. Who's trying to do it? Esau is one of the ones trying to do it because he saw he was tricked. And he's trying to trick you. Because remember, Obama is Esau. He's Esau. He wasn't go to, he came, his father's from Africa. He didn't go to the Holocaust. His father came in. He's Esau. He's a Gog. I'm not going to explain all of that right now. Not him. But he's pushing it. He was pushing it in the background, but Farrakhan's pushing it. All because they're trying to trick you into, remember, God, honest contract, to sell out your inheritance. Because your inheritance also means you're going to inherit them. Remember, I told you, I read that thing the other day. Maybe I'll read it again. It says, we take possession of them. Because I explained how that they don't even belong to themselves anymore. And so they try to trick you out of your inheritance with reparations. On the surface of it, how much money would you take from the rape your mama? $1 billion, $1 trillion? Oh, it's $1 trillion, man. I can't refuse $1 trillion, man. You can go and rape my mama all day long, man. I'll spend $1 billion and get her fixed up and talk. Is that the way it works? They could give me all the gold on this planet and 2 other planets and the rest of the universe. You mess with my mama. I can tell you that right now. It's no matter of gold or nothing to stop me from giving this message. They could give me, I give you $1 billion, stop talking. Wouldn't even think about it. Remember, Satan came to Jesus and said, I give you everything. I give you all the whole world. All you got to do is bow to me. He said, man, you better take a hike. Get out of here. Get out of my face. And he was hungry. He was in the desert. He was hungry, starving. That's what it said. Jesus was hungry, starving. Jesus and Joshua, same name, different languages. Satan walked up on him. It's the same story, Esau, in reverse. Hey, man, you ain't going to be going through all this. All you got to kiss my ass. All you got to do is just bow down. That's all you got to do. All the kingdoms are yours, all of them. Man, you better get the F out of my face. You're over here hungry, man. You're starving. You ain't got a goddamn thing. I told you. I'm going to tell you again. Get the F out of my face. That was his attitude. And Satan got the hell out of there. See? So now, because the demon's going to go along with that, get that money. And a lot of these fools will go along with that to get that money. And that, I already explained it. That's a game in itself. To get you to sell, but they have to have 100%. That's why they had to get Elijah out of the way, but Farrakhan there, because Farrakhan was the only people that was rejecting that, wasn't going to accept it. So Farrakhan's in there to get you to accept it. Oh, we take 6 days. We take reparations. We get all put money in my pocket because he a millionaire. You don't have any business. Anyway, how you become a millionaire? That didn't happen to Elijah. Elijah left all the money Elijah had was in the Nation of Islam, in the names of the people. He didn't die a millionaire, all kind of money. That's why his family got angry, because he didn't have any money. All the money was in the Nation of Islam name. Now Farrakhan, his name, he's the one that's rich. The Nation of Islam doesn't have a damn thing. So understand that, brothers and sisters. That's what that's all about. Esau in reverse. Esau says, okay, they got me. I'm going to get them to sell out. Sell their inheritance. Once they do, I'm going to take them out. Because that final war, I showed you that, is between Esau and Jacob, and also the Levites that came along with Jacob. Maybe I'll explain that again. Understand, brothers and sisters? Okay. And Mr. Trump, he's a personification of what they say pride becomes for a fall, the Holy Spirit for destruction. Oh man, he's going to do all this stuff. And he's so tough. Well, if they don't reach those hostages before I'm elected, before I seat, hell is going, yeah, hell's going to break loose. Hell is going to break loose in the Middle East. That may happen before he's in there, right? Or after. It's going to break loose. I do not believe they're going to go along with that. I don't believe they're afraid of him. He tried to pull a Reagan routine where Carter had run afoul of Iran because they threw the Shah out. And then he was going to allow the Shah in the country because he had cancer. And they said they went ballistic. So they took hostages of the people in the embassy. Iranians did. Right? And Carter couldn't get him out. So Reagan was about to come. He says, they better be out before I become. So he came in riding his white horse and big 10-gallon hat, right? And spears, right? What do they call those things? On your shoes, right? Spurs, right? And so they Iran capitulated and gave him the hostages. They said, man, this guy, Reagan, man, he ain't like Carter. So now he's trying to pull a Reagan 2.0. It ain't going to work because they ain't afraid of your dumb ass. And you ain't going to do a goddamn thing, Mr. Trump. See, pride comes before a fall, and a Holy Spirit before destruction. And you're the manifestation, you're the personification of that. You do a goddamn thing. You're going to preside over destruction of Make America shit. You don't have to make shit again. It's shit all the time. Okay? Think about it. You're going to make it great again? Well, first of all, you're saying it's not great. Thank you. That's truth. Do you pay attention to what these people are saying? He said, make it great again. I mean, they're saying it's not great. I agree with that. But the again part I don't agree with, because when was it great? Great again? When they was raping our women, they're still doing it now. Or they still raping our women now? Because every time a sister looks like she's trying to take care of something, they know they in her life. They want to marry her. A lot of them are demons anyway. They should have anything to do with our women, and we shouldn't let them touch them. And after 2020, but we're going to put an end to all of that. Okay. When was America great? When was America great, Mr. Trump? Mr. Trump trumpet. Is that a coincidence? Oh, boy. You're not going to do a goddamn thing, Mr. Trump. You can preside over the destruction of America if you even make it there. If it's America still will be around end of the month. Okay? But will you be in charge? If you are, you can preside over its destruction. It's no ifs ands, and buts about that. I don't know the exact time, but I know the basic time. It didn't say no one knows the year. It said no one knows the day or the day or the hour. They limited. But if that's the case, they would not tell you if nobody ever know. And anyway, they would have told you signs to look for. So signs tell you it's close. So when you see it, you raise your head because your redemption draws nigh. It means you know you're in the ballpark. You just don't know exactly. Okay? That pitcher gonna throw that strike where you're gonna knock the home run, but you know you're in the ballpark. You're there. That's why he did the sign, or they wouldn't tell you the signs. Now we know it's going to happen during abomination of desolation. We know that, and that started. And we know Syria is going to happen after Syria's taken down. Syria's taken down. And we know Iran is going to be the one that's going to take them out. And now Iran, that's what everybody's working for. The whole world right now, right, is waiting on what? Is that a coincidence? And they're even saying it. If this thing goes south, it's going to have global implications, economically primarily. They even those are saying it. So everybody knows that is a major event, a historic event. But Iran retaliates, and they know Iran is going to retaliate right now. False Israel on alert, and America's troops are being hit, and they're on alert. So everything is in place. So the actual timing, that's up to Master Prophet Muhammad. It's up to me. I would have done it already. But then again, I don't have a mother plane, do I? Ooh. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Understand. Let's move on. I'm going to go through a few things, and I'm going to, right? And see this. It's pathetic. It's sad. Let's have fun. This is how you treat our sisters. Let's have fun. And that's a demon. I cannot believe that our original man, because look, he dressed like dad, looks even like dad. He looks like him. That's his son. See, they still think the same way. He may be black skinned, still think the same way. Look, because she's nothing to him. He just hates his black skin, hate her. Of course, she's black, hate his own black skin. He's self-hater. Everything he gonna do is marry a white woman so he can his kids be lighter. Michael Jackson. Look, she's in pain. I can't believe. See, original brother. No, that's a demon there. Farrakhan. This is how you treat our women, and we couldn't do a goddamn thing about it then. But we knew we was gonna go through that, and the promise was we made a promise. God made a promise to us. And we personally made a promise to the sisters that we would avenge this. And we're going to keep that goddamn promise. I'm telling you that right now. If you ain't on board with that, you better get another universe. We're going to keep that promise. We're going to keep that promise to these sisters. You see, I mean, that breaks my heart looking at it. That breaks my heart. And if I can say that, you better be able to say it. If I can say it. Because I've had a number of trouble with these sisters. Boy, ooh. You know? I mean, I had a demon wife, right? She wanted a divorce. She was just a number of trouble. I wanted a divorce. Okay, fine. I was in Chicago. I wanted a divorce. Fine. We're going to supposed to meet the lawyer Monday morning or something like that, right? So Friday, I was working Time magazine at the time. I gave my notes. I was out there. I said, okay, I'll see you there Monday. Monday, I was in New Jersey. I was there. You get your divorce, you do it, you sign whatever you want. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm glad you're gone. I got, boy, that woman, ooh. But she taught me one thing. How to time slots. Because at that time, I figured I was just saying like half an hour a day or something, right? And I said, well, I figured in that time, because you time it based on your situation. So if you grieve and you're anxious, then you just keep saying more and more and more until that doesn't bother you anymore. That's where it worked. I didn't know that at the time. So because that woman had me suicidal, and I stopped saying more and more until it didn't bother me anymore. And that drove her crazy because she saw she couldn't aggravate me anymore and bug me. Well, that really drove her crazy. So I go to New Jersey, right? And I'm through. She wants your divorce, fine. Boom, right? So, long story short, I run to my current wife, right? And we doing fine. Everything's going, right? Things start to rocky at first, right? Sometimes, well, it depends on the sister, because sometimes she can make things real beautiful at the beginning, like my demon did, or she was like Cinderella. Until she got a ring on her finger, and then damn, that mask came off. I said, whoa, where you come from? And then she wants, after I'm doing okay, moving and grooving, I'm taking care of business. And she, oh man, let's get back together. I said, I thought you wanted a divorce. I thought you wanted a divorce. I said, I'll sign anything. I don't want to be out with her. We got kids, man. We got kids, man. You can't. And then she came through that line on me. Well, you got kids, man. I said, yeah, but you didn't think about that when you wanted. It's a long story short, right? So she talked me into coming back to New Jersey, where I was, right? And the drama began all over again. So after about a couple of years, that's before I got the angel, right? After I got the angel, about all the stuff went up, but she finally gone. I was glad. I was glad. Right? Had those situations, brothers and sisters. Right? I've had all kinds of trouble with, like I said, in her case, a demon, so I can't blame the sisters. I've had some trouble with the original sisters too. Right? And I'm not blaming them, because I understand it. In fact, I sympathize with them. Because why in the hell should they listen to us? Why in the hell should they cooperate with us? Why should they? They saved our nation. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even be alive now. Because the devil was going to rape us out of existence. They had to sneak and be with us. Or they had to rape, they had to, what do they call it? I forgot to call it, where they would take it, have a big slave, he impregnated women to have more slaves. They had that. But primarily, it was raping them left and right. There's this thing called, I can't remember the name of it, where they would rape the girls before, as young as, I don't know, maybe infants. But they said, if they found she wasn't a virgin, she had been, oh man, oof. That's how evil these people are. And on top of that, think about this. They rape a woman, think about this, and that child is their child. And they still treat it, because the child was black. He was treated like, well, he was treated a little better, but he still treated like a nigga. And you gonna tell me these people okay? What the Bible says none are good, not one, no, not one. Farrakhan said, talking about all of us. That would include you too, wouldn't it, Farrakhan? So, this breaks my heart here. But we get a promise now, but we're gonna keep that damn promise. And part of keeping that promise is to wake up, get the hell out of here. No, wake up and tear the ass up on the way out of here. Do them double as it done to you. That's part of it. See? But we're gonna avenge these sisters. Look how much. Look, man, that breaks my heart. Let me move on. Okay? So, sisters, you don't have to worry. I'm your champion. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh man, she was out there on the streets, man. I don't give a damn what she was doing. Was you taking care of her? Was you taking care of the babies? She had to get on the street to sell her body because you wouldn't take care of business? You out there with some, like I got a nephew. His mama's in a nursery home. She can't take care of herself or nothing. He don't do nothing to help her. He's over in another state. Every time you see him, he's playing with white people, and he got a little white girlfriend. He goes all over the place, but he don't have time to mess with her. See? And I believe his father's a demon, to tell you the truth. See? Yeah. No. Why should these sisters pay attention to us? Why should they respect us? We got to hit all the master's ass. As soon as we get some money in our pocket, we give it to the devil. Look what Michael Jackson did. Look at that other guy they love so much, the one that died in a plane crash, the basketball player. Go marry a Mexican. What's wrong with these sisters? These sisters being treated like dirt. I see it all the time. Right? I make it go out my way, make sure, right, that my wife gets total respect, total security, everything she wants. Right? Because I can't be a hypocrite. Okay? And these sisters, they will be avenged. You count on it. I tell you, sis, you don't worry about nothing. Just hold on. Just hold on. Farrakhan. Here. They got a thing on the internet now where he's talking about how they prefer black. This was one black woman. She had naturally, they said, was some kind of deformity. Boy, no deformity. She had a big rump. Put it like that. I don't know if you've seen it now. I saw it yesterday. And they put on display. They tricked her out of South Africa into Europe and put on display like an animal in the zoo. And they said all the women, the white woman was amazed. And they said because they was attracted to her. They said they wanted big butts too. And that's why he's wearing the bustles. If you go back to that time, white women had big old asses, but they was fake. They was trying to be like you. They admired you. Why would they do that if they thought you was animals? They wanted big asses too, but they didn't have them. And you got natural, big, beautiful. That's why they call it make-up. Got to make up what they don't have. You get it, bro? Just put rouge on the color, darken their faces. Put lips on, give them some lips. Cover the ears, the big old. Put on a chain, tack them, look at them, creep. And we're going to forgive that? Okay, you talk that forgiveness if you want. Is that what the Bible teaches you? It tells you doing Holocaust, right? During the Holocaust, it says you obey your master, it says in the Bible. But what does it say after Babylon's going down? What does it say when Babylon's going down? It's a command, not a suggestion. Do unto them double as it done to you. Don't give me that. We love and forgive shit. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Dog, you into dogs now. They train these dogs. They attack you and they kill you if you ran away or anything. They did. They call them, I got to call them Negro dogs or something. I forgot the name they had. I can't remember the name they call them. Right? Our very truth about breeding farms during slavery. And you, nasty Negroes with 4 and 5 dogs. Here. Bred to attack you. Hell with them and their dogs. You burn up with their dogs. And you think you can come home with a dog back to the promised land? You think you're gonna be able to have little pets in your house? You think that's gonna happen? If you think, you better stay here. Ain't gonna happen. Then you wonder why you got a cancer, you got a tumor. That's where you're getting it from, these goddamn dogs. Oh man, I got a tumor. I don't know where I came from. You got a dog? I can explain that to you, brothers and sisters, right? Your immune system. You bring it in, it overcomes your immune system, because now your immune system has got to just deal with the stuff that you deal with normally, but now it's got to deal with all the shit the dog comes in with. So it breaks your immune system down, and all of a sudden now you got all these other things happening. I might as well read this, brothers and sisters, and hopefully I can be a little clearer than I was yesterday. I keep thinking, talk slow, enunciate. And thou said, I shall be a queen. Like I said, if you read this, it's saying everything I've been telling you. It's one story. It tells it all. It identifies everyone. Well, it identifies a lot. I should be a queen. I told you America represents Eve. Came out of the rib of Adam. Right? Britain had a son called Cain who killed his brother. Was Israel. Wherever so that thou shalt, and that thou did not lay these things to heart, neither did you remember the eventual, said there will be consequence of what you've done. There will be, then say maybe, there will be consequence of what you have done. America, the queen, female. Therefore, here now, this, you are given to pleasures. That means you're undisciplined. Homosexuality, what's that guy, RuPaul, or what his name is, and transgender, whatever. Thou dwellest carelessly. That means you have no discipline. You're careless. Thou said in thy heart, I am none. So I'm the greatest country in the world. I'm a superpower. But I shall not say as a widow. If you're a female, right, a widow, that means your husband is not going to be killed. I'm going to protect Israel. I'm going to talk. Remember, who's their closest two allies? Who is the closest America's two closest allies? The two closest allies. Their husband, Britain, and their son, false Israel. They read it. Who produced false Israel? America and Britain. Right? And he says, I'm not going to lose either one of them. I'm going to protect both of them. These shall have loss of children. I'm not going to lose my husband. I'm not going to lose my child. False Israel. But these two things will come on you in a moment, in one day, which is going to happen suddenly. When Iran makes his move, it's going to happen suddenly. Loss of children and widowhood. Once it happened, Armageddon starts, and who's taking out false? Well, Armageddon starts. UK is taken out first. Russia already said it. They shall come upon you in their perfection. That means you're going to get total. Everything you've done, perfection means everything you've done, you're going to pay for everything. It's going to be perfect. For the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantment. For you have trusted your wickedness, and this gets back to greater force, greater power overcomes lower power. Greater pressure overcomes lower pressure. So they can be a greater pressure on the scene, and there's nothing lower pressure can do to great pressure. That's what it's telling you. Now, greater pressure on the scene. It's trying to tell you greater pressure on the scene. That's what's causing all this, right? And for just our weakness, and you have said, none sees me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee, and you shall say in your heart, I am, and none besides me. I'm the greatest. No, that's what Trump is saying now. I was going to go into more about this wisdom thing maybe tomorrow. Therefore shall evil come upon you. All your evil. That's all the consequences shall come upon you. And you will not know from whence it rises. That means it's going to be unexpectedly. That means it's on the way. And mischief shall come upon you. And you're not going to be able to figure. It's going to be mischief. The nations planning mischief against you. Remember I told you about the sheep in wolf's clothing? That's part of it. And you will not be able to put off. Because why? You're low pressure. You cannot do anything against high pressure. Nothing. The angel is high pressure on the scene right now. The slates will come upon you suddenly, which you will not know. Destruction is on the right. That's where we are right now, brothers and sisters. Okay, but this is the one I want to. Esau, right? And this, I'm going to emphasize this today. For the day of the Lord is near for all the nations, not just one, all. Just if you have done it, it will be done to you. Your deals will turn on your head. It's going to be backfire. Everything you've done to us, return back to you. But just as you drank of my holy mount, all the nations will drink continually. They will drink to the last drop. It comes as if they had never existed. They were totally wiped out. Totally. It says totally. So the only things that will be left is what's in the ark. That's it. But on the Mount of Zion, there will be those who escape, and it will be holy, and the house of Jacob possess their property. I told you, the ones that escaped says so who's that's that I told you, their children. They're our property now because that's the result of what the energy stole from us. Right? It's the house of Jacob. Listen, it's the house of Jacob, remember? We went to the Holocaust with the house of Jacob. Then the house of Jacob will become fire. Keep this in mind now. The house of Jacob become fire. And the house of Joseph. Whose house of Joseph? That's the Levites that come with us. Pretty much the nation of Islam. Right? The elect goes out with lamb. Levites have to go to tribulation. Right? So one becomes fire and one becomes flame. Be careful with that one. But the house of Esau will be like stubble. Right? Let's go a little further. And they will set them on fire, consume them. They will set them on fire, consume them. Right? Who sets them on fire? Right? That's Jacob. See? That's that last war. And they will set them on fire and consume them. There will be no surviving house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken. That's that last war. That last war, the final one. Between us and them, our brothers, our brother Esau. That's the ones that betrayed, Esau, right, betrayed us. And so Esau, they made war against us. Those are captive, they sold to the devils. And now, what you see in the trumpets, right? The four winds, those are trumpets. They're going to attack us. It tells you, it says, that angel, he puts one foot on the land and one foot on the water, one foot on the earth and one foot on a sea, I believe it was, right? Well, that's Obama. He said he knew but a short time left. So he's attack us. We know his time is running out. He's got to get this done. Because, if we don't take us out, he's going. And he's the best. He's the next tribe after us. So if he goes, all the rest going too. Got to read between the lines, brothers and sisters. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm going to close out, brothers and sisters. I can't. Ooh, the time just goes out fast. It's our people. They will come together in a minute. They said, be volunteers. A exceedingly great army. Exceedingly great army. Exceedingly great. We didn't say just great. Exceedingly great. What does that mean? We say exceedingly. We say great. What did it say? A great army. Wow. Exceedingly great. Damn. I mean, right here in America. Exceedingly great army. You got two armies here. Be Pharaoh's armies and our armies. Now, it's an exceedingly great army. We will do double to them as they've done to us. On the way out here, remember what it says? It says war breaks out. They'll fight against us on the side of the enemy, and then defeat the land. That way, telling you what's going to happen right there. That was their fear, and their fear is going to be realized. And they're going to be in so much fear, the fear is going to be overwhelming. But you're going to be so energized and so motivated, so spirited. It's going to be awesome. And you're not going to be harmed if you got your umbrella, 5 pillars. Not here and here will be harmed. But them, their fear is going to be so intense you can't imagine it. The fear they put on the fear that you're going to put on them is much even worse than the fear they put on us during the Holocaust. Look at this. Look at they playing here. Just look at this. And I had another way of trying to explain this, brothers and sisters. Capitalism. Now, maybe this is good, maybe it's not, right? But see this triangle, that's us. Square here, that's the devils. And this is the food they have, because they got extra energy, see? And in our case, we have no energy deprivation, All the energy we have, we just have enough energy to maintain ourselves. No energy for food, no energy for civilization, no energy for nothing. We're totally no energy. So all the energy we got, we need to just maintain ourselves. So we're having money energy for food. But devils, because their low structure, has a lot of energy. So they have energy for food, energy for control. That's why they rule in this atom. Okay? So, but we need food. So if we want food, we got to get food from Master. But if we take food from him, remember that's more than what we're supposed to have now. We get $1,000 a day, right? And we need $1,000 to maintain ourselves. But we need $200 worth of food. That's, well, if we take $200, that's $200 worth of negative energy. And we take some else, we got to give it back somehow. We take $200 back and give it back somehow. That's negative energy. Understand? So what happens? So that draws us in because that's negative energy we created. And then we end up, we got to give back. So we ain't got nothing to give back but ourselves. If we want to eat food. Only thing we can get back to them is ourselves. We eat that food. We got to, remember, if we take $100, $100 from them, we got to give $100 back. We have negative energy. If we don't have no $100, all we have is ourselves. We have to give ourselves to them. You understand the math behind it, brothers and sisters? If we want to eat food, if we want food, we have to spend food's $200 a month, and we get $1,000 a month. But we need $1,000 worth of energy to maintain ourselves. Then, but we still need food. We ain't got $200 for no food. So we got to take food from them. That means we got to give them ourselves. Take them ourselves, take them our energy from our. So it means we lose control of ourselves. Because we need the whole 1,000 to control ourselves. But we need the food, so we get to it. So we lose control of ourselves. Because we only got $800 to maintain ourselves. So, and we need 1,000. Understand? So then, so we got to give more. Because the energy deprivation gets worse and worse. Energy deprivation gets worse and worse, right? That means we got to give more and more and get less and less. You understand, brothers and sisters? I give more and more and less and less. So now our situation get worse. We're turning red. We're getting worse. Because now, right, we're not getting 1,000 use of energy anymore. We only get 800. But we need 1,000. And then we need 200 for food. So our situation's getting worse. Right? But now we're starting to energize again. And to get stronger. We're still in there. We're still stuck in there. Still need food. Still not enough. Getting better. Now, now we got enough to control ourselves. Right? But not enough. We still need that food, though. We got enough energy to ourselves, but we still need food, so we're getting $1,000 a day. That's enough to control ourselves. But we still need $200 worth of food, so we're still there because we got to keep working for them, right? And now we got enough to produce our own food, right? So we don't need them no more. Okay? Now we can leave because now we don't need that food anymore. Understand? Now we can stay upright in kingdom. Uh-oh. Gotta move quick, gotta move faster. Oh, got ahead of myself. How did it happen? Well, I missed something there. Okay, I missed something. Anyway, it's supposed to go away. It's supposed to went away, so I missed something on there. But here we go right here. Symbiotic relationship. Here's the devils. Here's us. We working, right? We out in the fields working. He's sitting up here watching us, right? We producing gold. He giving us shit. Turn that gold and the money, we getting the shit. It's something go right, bro. Says anyway, you got the point. That's our relationship now. Our relationship. Shit, we turn the shit into gold, gold into money, then back in the shit, give us the shit. That cycle in here. That's a cycle of energy deprivation. That's what we'll be doing energy deprivation. So capitalism would be the system, and it needed a way to justify it, which is Christianity. Obey your master, love your master, right? And everybody has to go along. Yeah, you understand? That was the sealed Bible was the scripture for that time, for the last 500 years. But now time is over. The system won't work anymore. Okay? Here's Percival Clark. That's Farrakhan. He looked like Farrakhan, don't he? Raped his mama, like father, like son. Now he's raping NOI. That's why he's cursed with a curse. I'm gonna move on, brothers and sisters. I didn't mean to be talking this long. Anyway, you got capitalist slavery. That's what it is. You put more. You get more. You put more energy in, then you get out. That's capitalism. That's exploitation. But we will be exploited during the Holocaust because we put more energy in, then we get out. Work harder, then we get less back. That's energy deprivation. So that's the system you would have. Time. And the difference is what that's called. The devil's called profit because they have lots of energy, so it's profit for them and exploitation for us. That system is perfect for 500 years energy deprivation, 500 years Holocaust, and you have to justify it. Well, see, the Bible justifies all of that. Say we was Ham, was cursed, right? And then democracy, right? Make sure everybody's on board. I'll move on, brothers and sisters. I didn't mean it was. I really missed this late. So let's just let this play out and then close out. And this points it out, brothers and sisters. This points it out, right? This points it out that everybody's going to be crushed except you because you went to the Holocaust and you was transformed into a structure that could survive tribulation. Everyone tried to avoid it. You was the man, you stood up. And the female, male, and I hate that female. Women and men, I hate that. Like that's the language. That's the language, right? Mm-hmm. That's the language. But the point is that you went through it, And now, right? You went through it, and now you're ready. Okay? Now they got to go through it, but they ain't gonna be ready. These sisters, they went through it. They got the worst of it. These beautiful sisters, black women, they're they're not the most beautiful people, women on the planet. They're the personification of beauty. They are beauty. Wouldn't for them, there wouldn't be no beauty in every way, physically, socially, economically, emotionally. They're beauty. We just too stupid to appreciate them because we go into energy deprivation, so we can't appreciate anything because we so busy trying to keep our ass out the fire. But I tell you, if between keeping our ass out of the fire, keeping hers out of the fire, keep hers out first. We 90% of what I'm doing right now, brothers and sisters, I'm not getting anything out of this. I haven't got anything out of it. I said it's because the sisters. 90% of obesity. That was my right. I said, man, because the sisters. Sisters not required to do anything. All you got to do is continue being sisters. Producing some beautiful babies. That's enough right there. Just hold on, sisters. You will be rewarded. You will definitely be respected. Right? There ain't no doubt about that, because anybody don't disrespect you, well, there's no other universe, they better find one quick. Move on, brothers and sisters. Hopefully my voice came through a little clearer than yesterday. I'm working on it. See here? Hold on. See here, brothers and sisters? There's going to be a big clash. I don't know if you're getting this or not, brothers and sisters. It's going to be a big clash between you and them. Right? A big clash between you and them. The Levites. Right? Maybe some Shabbos be with them, but that's a battle between you. How you going to think about it? How can you do double them? If you're going to do double them what they did to you, just think what they did in 500 years. And you're going to do that. That means that's a battle royal. That's why I say exceedingly great army. Exceedingly. And you're going to devastate them and not hear on your head going to be lost. But you still got to do it. And say, you're going to be at war. Only thing you'll be victorious, gloriously make victorious, but you still going to have to war. Be a clash. See? There also be a clash between, remember now, I said Armageddon's a European war, where the demons and devils, they're both Europeans. They're going to clash. Oh, there's devastation on them. They're going to clash. Also, you got the Esau here. They're going to attack us. They're going to attack the devils too. Can you imagine that? America has not, only battle America had on its soil was the Civil War, and that was devastating. But this is not off the page. That would say it'd be a strange thing. It'd be, and plus they'd be starving. They're gonna be totally fearful. The sealed Bible is gonna come unsealed. It's on their brain. Now it's gonna unseal, activate it, and that's gonna put terror in their hearts. Because now they see exactly what he did, and now they know they're gonna pay for every drop of it. Because now the sealed Bible, they don't understand it, right? The unsealed Bible, right? But they're gonna see it. It's absolute terror. All of them. Going to turn children's hair gray-headed. Total terror. It's about to happen. And we know it's going to happen any day now. Not months, years, no, it's happening any day now. Wait for Iran to make its move. We know how that's going to turn out. It's total terror. And you're going to witness it close up and personal. Break that emotional bond. Look at the terror. I mean, it's going to be sanctions. Everybody's going to put sanctions on you, America. You're going to be begging, help, 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 please. Nobody's going to help you. Because everybody's going to be after you. China, India's coming after you. Your own people are going to turn against you. Europe is going to turn against you. Your own people here are going to turn against you. All your friends are going to turn against you. Your one friend is your husband. They're going to be gone. They can't help you. Your child is on the siege. Can't help you. And vengeance. It says, wrath is upon these people, the ones that's pregnant. Wrath. Wrath is one thing. The wrath of God is something else altogether. It means a God wrath. It means the best there is, the worst there is, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to close out here, brothers and sisters. Right? Before and after. Before we came here, this is where we are now. Master Promise, get ready to break the cycle. Ready to break it. That's where we are now. Under Farrakhan. Right? With lies. Totally saturated flood of bad information, false information. Right? Master Promise, get ready to destroy the root of it. Boom. 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 You can take down false Israel and take out the economy. American dream. Now you got a new vision, real vision. And now you got a whole new attitude now. It's like he's saying, hey, Master, why you treat me so bad? Was that, look like he's saying? I'm going to whoop your ass. Is that what he's, look like he's saying? No? You better get out of town. Is that what he's saying? What you think he's saying there? I'm going to F your, I'm not going to do anything. I'm effing your ass, but what's going on here? I don't know why I jealous. Okay. Better get ready, brothers and sisters. Trying to get you ready. Best I can. If you want to be ready. Okay, closing out, brothers and sisters. The man's borderline senile, but we're going to get him before he, because we want him to have full knowledge of what he's done. Because what good is it to do that to him? I don't know who I am. I don't know why I do. Y'all treat me so bad. I'm in a wheelchair, old man. No. It ain't going to be like that. Man, there's destruction. Him, his family, all of them. Well, and this guy here, ooh, Ishmael, ooh. His father gonna get him. And this, oh man, ooh. Okay, brothers and sisters, I hope I came a little clearer. I endeavored. I think I'm kind of slipped up a few times, but I'm trying to get my voice a little better so I can talk a little clearer. Still working on it. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm closing out here. Hope you understand. Assalamu alaikum.